Hi, my name is Yasser Zarroug. I'm a Loan Mentee. I started in November, coming up on my 5th month. I think for me, honestly, growing up, a lot of my friends' families had houses, but my parents actually never were able to get a house. So it was something where I watched them struggle to pay rent and not be able to save enough for a down payment, and saw how much that made us struggle. And I didn't want a lot of people to go through that. Right now that I know more about the industry and know how to help these people actually do that, I want to help them not have to go through that same burden. So just Chris and the leadership here. I think I met a lot of these guys before when I was at a different company, doing a different role, and I met them at the gym. I saw how hard they work, but also just their personalities and how much they seem like they enjoy what they're doing day in and day out. So I'm like, how are these guys so happy at 5 o'clock in the morning, when they're working out? And I realized it's because they really believe in what they do and they love the company they work for, For me, it's been just the knowledge of the industry. I've been in sales for about 10 years, but this is the first time I've ever dealt with mortgages. So it's I use some of my skills that I have, but there's a lot of barriers that I just didn't know, certain meanings, certain terms, even what what went into a mortgage. So that was kind of the biggest thing that I ran into. So for me, I read a lot of mortgage books. I would watch YouTube videos. And then just because I think nowadays, since I graduated college back in 2011, there's been a lot of change on the internet. You can literally learn anything. So for me, I was like, okay, how can I get caught up to where I want to be? And the fastest way was just watching videos and reading books.
What is it?
Yeah, morning routine for me is I wake up at around 4:15 a.m. I make my bed, I pray. I'll brush my teeth, obviously, those kind of things. And then I'll go to the gym by 5:30 a.m. Work out from 5:30 to about 6:20. And then I get home by 6:40, jump in the shower, leave for work by 7:10, and make sure to get here by 7:30. And then in the car ride, I listen to some kind of podcast or something motivational to get me going. Yeah, the biggest thing I do is I try to have a to-do list and then prioritize it of what has to get done first. So that way, if I don't finish anything that I was supposed to do today, I'll add it to the front of the list for tomorrow. And then when I come in, I just knock that out right away. And I make sure to get there about a half an hour early, or before we start about a half an hour early, so I can make sure to knock out everything that was from the day before, and then I can get a fast start on the tasks that I have for today. I think for me, the biggest thing that drives me is just breaking generational curses. And then I think obviously financially that's part of it. But for me, I grew up in a middle-class family. My family always worked really hard for what we had. And I started off life pretty good, but a few years ago I ended up becoming homeless, right? So I had to bounce back from that. And that's really been a driving force for me. God gave me a second chance. I want to make sure that I do things right now this time.
Perfect.
I think the biggest thing by far would be just focus on your work ethic, your attitude, and your faith, whether it's in God or whoever you believe in. Just have something outside of just this office and things like that, because there's so many things, especially in this industry and with COVID going on, that life's just kind of got flipped upside down. And as long as you try to just focus those three with certain things you can control, everything else will fall into place. And it's not too much to ask for, and it's not too much stress, because you can control those things. You wake up, you have a good attitude, you come to work, you do what your manager asks, and you work really hard. And your faith is just something that you have deep down inside that you believe in.